No, and people are always like talking about trusting the process, but they're not really talking about what happens like when the process repeatedly fucks you in the fucking face.
I know.
And not in the way I like, which is
hard.
loving. I was going to say lovingly by the woman I love.
Right. Me too.
Which is hard. Market. Welcome back to Stream Queens. I'm Julia Wendt.
I'm Erin McKeon. Welcome to Stream Queens.
We are the Bushwick intellectual class
So
with
true.
the definitive opinion on pop culture.
Yes.
With 10 years of friendship.
Yes.
Multiple years of industry entertainment experience and really intense degrees to kind of show your accolades, and also some trauma that you would never survive, by the way.
Absolutely. I was thinking we should frame our NYU degrees and put them in the background.
Absolutely.
Just so we can kind of be aggressive about it.
What happened to Framebridge? People don't listen to enough podcasts.
What's Framebridge?
Just a framing source. Mine is mine framed?
Oh.
It doesn't matter. We'll get
I
it.
don't know where mine is.
You were just in Florida and you didn't check?
No, I meant to. It was on my list.
For our Patreon, we should offer people degrees in Stream Queens.
Yes, let's
as like
do
a little
Stream Queen
bonus.
degrees.
Yeah, like when you
if you
subscribe.
listen to every episode, but we need proof.
Yeah.
You better drop
Bring in
every
your
secret
transcripts.
number.
I would never. Every secret number we've ever did. Transcript secret number is
12.
12. Good one.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I like 12.
Today we are covering The Last of Us Season 2, Episode
Yes.
1. We don't remember.
Future days.
Future Days.
Future days.
Based on the video game. This one's based on that you asked at the beginning, and I did some light Googling
Yeah.
and found out that this one is based on the 2020 sequel for The Last of Us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were big fans of the first season.
Totally huge fans of the first season. We also, I think, both played the game or have some experience with it. I didn't like play the game all the way through, but I have played it sometime during the pandemic. I played the game. I definitely played it.
Where did you have PlayStation?
Redacted's house.
Work. Okay.
So I guess it was actually post-pandemic.
Right. I was like,
No. Redacted's house.
the amount of name redacted. The secret number is
Redacted.
80,000. Ding dong.
Oh my god! Did you hear Redacted moved to LA?
Yeah, of course.
I
Yeah, we
know.
talked about it. We lived together.
We live together. I'll tell you everything.
I wasn't an active. I was as a young person, got to watch my boy friends play it,
Yeah.
and was like, so scary. I would go talk to the moms. Your son's playing Last of Us while I'm talking to you. Mrs. Costanza, the secret number is 45.
Oh my god! I would love to meet Mrs. Costanza. I love
Love her. I haven't seen her in a long time.
love your son, baby girl.
We love you, Jack. Can Jack come stay on our partiated couch?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to give a secret number for him. He's never going to listen to it. But just in case, secret number is help.
Oh shit! Fuck. 11.
11. You're doing really good.
Is he single?
I
Is he
think
still in that relation?
No, I think he's with another different,
A new relation?
a new gay girl. I don't know.
Another gay girl?
I haven't.
He
and-
cannot keep dating lesbians like that. Actually, yeah, he can. Bring him over.
Yeah, he can. No, they keep. Well, the point is, I'm like, and this is talk about feminism built on quicksand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've never after I lost the first girlfriend of his that I deeply loved. I haven't learned names. No,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm still remembering like 2 names ago.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So I'm like, until you marry her, I don't care. She doesn't have. I'm like, moms don't have interiority. Girlfriends or friends don't have interiority.
They don't.
But yeah, I wasn't allowed to play. I watched. It was scary.
Okay.
But
It is a scary game. I liked playing it for sure.
is it story based or whatever?
Yeah,
but you didn't
that's the
play the
coolest-
2020 version.
I guess I don't know. No, because I remember season 1 was familiar to me. So I think I played the OG
Right.
because when we were watching season 1, I was like, oh shit, I do remember playing some of these scenes out. Because the game was like story. It'd be scenes and story. And then you would play the like shooting part.
I love
Right? Like
to
it'd
shoot.
be like you'd shoot the guys, the monsters, what do we
yeah.
call the infected?
The infected.
Yeah, you'd shoot the infected, but you would watch
know your
all the
status,
scenes.
folks. Yeah.
Should we dive right into future days of the episode?
Yeah, let's dive right into the future days of the episode.
Okay, I gotta start it with a little Drake. I know way too many people here right now that I didn't know last year.
Who the fuck are y'all? I'm asking.
We got a lot of new characters.
No, I'm frantically Googling.
Yeah, because we got, I mean, I think off the top of my head,
I'm SpongeBob. Name. What is your name?
I don't remember that episode of SpongeBob.
It's also not a very good SpongeBob. Also, chat, let us know how much is video game, how much isn't. Like,
Yeah, we don't know about that because I do wonder how much plot are we doing that's not based on the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
characters. Who the fuck are
new
y'all?
Characters.
New characters.
Who are y'all?
We got Abby, played by Caitlin Dever.
Yes.
She's coming for Joel's
hey,
ass.
girl. Last time I saw you, you were fucking doped up and dope sick from Michael Keaton's pills. It's as upsetting as it always is when opioids are on the scene.
Yeah. You like opioid content.
Love opioid content. I would say it's the contemporary American Gothic.
Oh, the opioid crisis?
Yeah. And content about it.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
I mean, it's easy to say. You can say whatever you want.
You can say whatever you want. That's what that's the biggest thing I've learned about having a podcast is you can just say whatever you want. Last time I saw Caitlin Dever, she was in Booksmart.
Yeah. How was she in that? I didn't see.
You didn't see that film?
It's hard to say.
I liked the film. I actually think I saw it more than once.
Oh, you love it.
I don't know about love it, but it was an enjoyable. I had a good time.
The evidence mounting of you being WLW, of you being sapphic.
You're the only one who believes that.
That's not true. Oh, I'm out here on Conspiracy Theory Island.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for those who have eyes to
I mean,
see.
I bought in. I'm in too. You got me into the conspiracy.
Perfect. So Booksmart, I didn't really necessarily, I wasn't like, she's going to take me there. As Abby, she's doing a great job. I don't know who Abby is because that's how we start.
Obviously, she's a firefly. We're here.
Or like mom and dad were fireflies.
No, because she's there immediately. She helped the Marlene and them. Like she buried the dead from our fallout from the end of season 1, the finale, of course. Joel, in an effort to save
a finale, yeah.
Ellie, murdered all of the fireflies in the hospital. Got him.
Yeah, I kept going. Got him. Got him. So fun. Did you shoot all those people when you played the game?
I didn't make it that far.
Oh.
I made it about.
Oh, loading. We'll have to play it again. I'd love to play it.
You would?
Sure.
You want to play with me?
Yeah, I'd love to watch you play it.
You want to watch me?
Because it's not a 2-player.
You want to watch me play Last of Us?
I want to watch you play video games that I want to fucking rock back and forth while you do it.
Sounds amazing. Yeah. I love this plan. But
we should play the new one.
Let's play the new one. Okay, so I think Caitlin Dever, really good job as Abby. She's with a group that is, of course, they've just buried the dead. They're looking at the giraffes who are thriving.
We love the giraffes. Yeah, have done an amazing, really thrived post-human.
Yeah, they have a whole family. They're really looking gorgeous and healthy. The giraffes are doing really well.
But cordyceps don't like to eat giraffes, it seems.
It seems cordyceps are humans only.
No, because they ate bears.
They do eat bears.
They ate some maybe deers.
Yeah,
they're eating.
And
food.
Cordyceps, quick question.
Yeah, hit me.
Not a real mushroom? Yes, a real mushroom.
Cordyceps is a real mushroom.
It is, right? Because I think cordyceps is sometimes in when I go to the hippie place around the corner that has the
We have a hippie place around the corner?
Yeah, it's a couple blocks down. It used to be on Knickerbocker. Now it's over there.
Sure.
But yeah, they're pretty cool. Don't you remember that guy who owns that place? I used to go there all the time before yoga, and then he invited me to come do some kind of frog-based drug ceremony.
Oh, do you still have that connect? I would love to lick that frog.
Yeah. He's got one of those, and we can go whenever we want.
We can go to the frogs.
I got to reconnect with him. We haven't been hanging out as much recently.
Right, you're not at frog licking.
Well, I haven't been there so regularly as I once was when I got invited to the frog ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
But I could probably get us another invite.
I would love that.
Yeah, let's do the frog thing.
To kind of Kermit out.
Yeah. So I think, but anyway, I've had some cordyceps and kind of a mushroom coffee blend situation.
It might be I don't know whether it's an umbrella or all of it, but yeah.
Oh, cordyceps may be an umbrella term.
I think there's a lot of them. Fuck, I knew at one point.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't like what Caitlin Dever, I kept just saying she's really out for blood because she doesn't understand why Joel did what he did. They don't believe that Ellie's immune. They believe that to be a rumor. These people.
Sure. And we open with 5 people we've never seen before.
5 people we've never seen before in our lives.
CW a little bit. I'm like,
yeah, it is interesting.
Once again, you gotta play Zip Zop Zop.
Yeah, I was fine with it, but I also am like I'm not. What I'm hoping is I'm not looking for too many scenes with these people.
Right.
I'm not rooting for them at all. I get that
but
they're
their
mad.
goal, they're like, we're gonna kill Joel
slowly.
Okay.
And I'm like, not too much of my man Joel. Okay.
But you kept saying that. What do you mean by that?
I kept saying not too much of my man Joel.
As we move through this episode, I'm curious about, you often came down on the side of Joel in a way that I was noting.
Yeah.
Again, we'll kind of follow up as we go through.
Yeah.
I kind of coming off last season, right? Like, there's some deep concerns I have about the morality of Joel's choice.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
Which of course was to kill everybody in order to save
Ellie.
And Ellie, of course, is the only immune person and potentially had the secret to saving humanity. I
think potentially is the key word there.
Sure.
Taking out Ellie's brain
to
try to figure out why she's immune to cordyceps. I'm kind of like, it could work, but that was kind of just one rando surgeon. There was like the Firefly Graves. It seemed like Joel shot maybe like 12 people-ish, give or take. And I'm like, were those 12 people... They weren't necessarily going to figure it out by removing Ellie's brain, and they didn't even try anything else first. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm like, they went immediately for kind of this brain surgery that was going to kill her, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, maybe there was...
I wish I knew enough about philosophy, because I'd love to like break down the argument into certain things, because I'm like, to your point, like I'm at the assumption, I'm like trying to have a conversation about whether or not it's okay, you know, if he's okay based on that Ellie's surgery could have saved everybody. And you're like, no, I don't even assume that. I'm taking issue with the premise.
I'm taking issue with the premise. I mean, it's a classic trolley problem situation. You seem to be like, you would kill the one for the many, no?
Well, then like the little I do know about philosophy is and then of course I forgot it. Is it Unitarianism?
What's Unitarianism?
Blah, 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 blah. But that's just like do the
least harm.
Yeah, least harm to the least amount of people to help the most people.
Right.
Which is literally Trolley Problem. Like, yeah, kill one person to save everybody. But yeah, it was not. I mean, Joel completed his arc, right? Saved season 1, saved Ellie where he couldn't save his daughter.
Yeah.
But it is ultimately selfish. And when after this little flashback, you know, we get it is a flashback because we learn
we're now 5 years later.
Yeah, our episode is set 5 years later.
Yeah.
First time when we see Joel again, he's like tinkering.
Mr. President.
Yeah, tinkering over a little electric thing with glasses on. They surely I wish they were not. I suppose it inherently is gendered word, but like. Not emasculated, softened him up. They threw glasses on and were like, he's a professor. And it's like, he's a killer, Bella. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. Like,
yeah. I'm attached to Joel in a way. Like, I think I'm like Ellie in the situation. Well, I'm like Ellie 5 years. Like, I'm like, I trust him completely. I've seen what he can do, the way he saved her ass so many times, and just like
she saved him a bunch of times.
But he's doing stuff that it's almost like inhuman levels of what he's gonna do to save that girl. Like when he killed that whole town of religious people, basically, while he had just been stabbed, and then he like got her and gave her. It was that pivotal scene in this penultimate episode of season 1 where
love that word,
when he hugs her and it's the I got you baby girl. Like after that moment, I'm sorry, like I'll do whatever Joel says. Joel for president, like I'm on Joel's team. I support Joel.
That got you.
That's when you were. Yeah, that's when I got. And again, it's not about right or wrong necessarily. It's not my answer to the trolley problem. It's I'm emotionally attached to Joel. That's my dad. I will do whatever he says. I trust him regardless. I'm just on his team.
Yeah, and chat, I would love to know, and that is, thank you for sharing that perspective of like I think that they're playing with a lot of like, okay, well, how deep are you going to root or run for this person? And it's like, are y'all with him because you're emotionally connected, or is the gravity of the trolley problem or the big question such that it's like Joel is unforgivable to you? And like, are they going to play around with that? This episode, it felt like that was a key, or this season, that was like a key consideration of the first one. Like, how far can this guy go
and still have one girl
and still have your heart, still have you? And it's like, your answer is
so
forever.
So far for me, I think we're going to go all the way. I think it's forever. I can't imagine. I've seen him kill so many people with varying degrees of innocence and good intentions, and I'm still here. So I don't know what, I can't imagine what he could do to lose me.
Right. What if he kills Ellie? Now what?
I would lose me.
That would lose you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
He can't kill Ellie. That's crazy.
Or, well, we can't wait to find out. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Yeah. Well, we're 5 years later. He's tinkering with his little electricity box, and who walks in but new character alert, Miss Dina,
the town pump. We were having some good old-fashioned slut shaming. Ooh, really enjoying it over here. We were
enjoying our slut shaming when Dina was on the scene, because Dina, I did not like the way she was looking at him.
No,
I was mad. I said, "You are entrapping him."
You were heckles up.
I was heckling Dina
because she comes in and she's like, "Can you teach me electricity?
Can you teach me electricity? Why is Ellie so mad at you? I think you're the best."
And he's like, you gotta make sure that the electric is not electricity still happening.
And she goes, "How do I do that? Do I lick it?"
Like, yeah, bitch. You lick it.
Yeah.
Fucking stick your tongue in a socket. I love you, Dina.
Dina.
I love you, girl.
No, Dina
she's
a problem.
Oh, she would have had me turned out.
Oh my God.
I'd be pussy inside out because of Miss Dina.
No, for sure. And Dina just kind of totally. What did you say? You said, "I don't know where the well is, but I know where the town pump is."
Yeah. So does everybody.
The way everybody's treating her like that in this town is so.
And what a funny but in terms of introduction to her character, it's not with Ellie, who's allegedly her best friend. It's with Daddy.
Yep.
Which, again, I'm like, does being aware of the slut shaming make it okay that we're doing it?
Not too much bedroom eyes on my boy Joel.
No, like, you are protected.
He's vulnerable. Like, I'm like, I don't want to see him make a mistake like fucking Dina.
And also, let's watch this space. Like, that kind of electricity bullshit. Is that going to be our blender from White Lotus? Like, are we going to need to know about that later?
Good question, because we're in the settlement at Jackson, Wyoming.
You have a personal connection to the location.
I do have a personal connection to the location, although they did shoot it in British Columbia and made it to look like Jackson, but they used a lot of, there was some of the signage that they were shooting is a lot of stores that are currently in Jackson that I've been to like a billion times. Going again in September for a wedding.
Okay, you said that you grew up like going there in the summer. I didn't realize that. Like, I know you had been back in your adulthood, which is when I've known you, and that it had significance, and that maybe your grandma was there at one point.
Yeah, we spread both my grandparents' ashes there. We went there every summer growing up as a kid, and also my parents or my mom, her family did that. My grandparents went. So just kind of family tradition. We'd road trip out to Jackson every summer.
It looks beautiful.
It's beautiful. Oh my God. And the cabins we used to stay in they're right on the Tetons, and they're these gorgeous, there's this one kind of iconic barn in front of the Tetons that people go take pictures of, and our cabins were right down the street from that. But RIP.
No.
Yeah, the owners were trying to sell it.
Yeah.
And then the national parks bought it. So they completely stopped taking care of it. And so it's just now totally run down. You can't stay there anymore. It's so sad.
I mean, they really let the neighborhood go at the Tetons.
At the Tetons, I know, it's crazy.
I hate to hear it. Trunt, save the Tetons.
Save the Tetons. Come on now.
But we show up Jacksonville, Wyoming, which seems to be,
we're thriving. I mean, clearly no.
Yeah.
We have lots of people.
Too many even.
Too many people on the lifeboat.
Which we come to realize in a second. We're kind of catching up with Pedro. And we know that Dina's on the scene. That's the best friend.
Dina's
Maybe
on
it
the
would be
scene.
good. Yeah, would you describe for us kind of the world that we're coming into? We know that this settlement is where Tommy,
is where
Pedro's
Tommy was,
brother,
and we've now met Tommy's wife and Tommy's kid.
We met the wife last time.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Yeah, and she was pregnant, which is why Tommy was like, I'm not going out. Like, he was like, I'm not going back. We're not going back.
Yeah,
Kamala Harris style. Because when we fight, we win.
When we fight, we win.
Hello?
And that's Joel coded for sure.
No, and it's like, oh, he means that.
He means that down.
Glasses or no glasses, little doting little grandpa. But yeah, life on the settlement is good. Joel's in charge of construction. A little throwback to his previous life.
He seems to be in charge of a lot of things. He seems to be really kind of mayor of Jackson in this way.
But not involved in the council.
He wasn't at the council meeting, but he called it your council, and she said it's our council, and I'm like, okay, what is his role? Don't know, but he definitely has a lot of power.
It's everybody, like, you've lived in this place for 5 years, and it doesn't seem that they've integrated too well into this community.
No, there were even jabs at Ellie being like, oh, you're part of the community now?
It's like, well, for 5 years, how long have y'all been here?
I mean, a lot longer than that, I guess.
But I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
But 5 years in, and
because this is, I believe, 2029, and I think the breakout was 2017 in this world.
Really? No, because Ellie was baby, and Ellie's fully 19 in this episode.
Period.
We're gonna have to go back. We need a timeline on our wall.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a timeline.
We gotta get a timeline.
That was one of the first times I learned about graphs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you consider a graph?
I don't know. But other characters we're meeting is we're seeing Ellie. She's training for some fights, led by Jesse.
Is that guy's name?
Yeah, super cutie Jesse.
Another smooth operator.
Smooth operator.
Yeah.
Also got a history with Dina, who doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm asking.
What
Who
brings
hasn't?
this community together? Dina. when they say Ellie, you're part of the community.
They
like,
said,
are you? Oh, you're in the community now. It's like, yeah, she's gonna finger bang Dina.
Dina, yeah, that's how you get in with the community.
Oh,
so
love you, Dina.
Love you, Dina.
But yeah, Jesse's one of Dina's exes.
Yeah, Dina's
it?
ex, on again, off again. We're off right now.
Heterosexuality, nice to know that survived the apocalypse.
Of course, absolutely. And then we also meet, there's a town therapist. Okay, Catherine O'Hara.
Welcome to our living room.
Welcome.
Bitch.
We missed you, girl. And also welcome to dramatic acting. Welcome to getting out of your typecast. Welcome to...
And had to do it big.
Yes, and she's doing great, I thought, as the therapist, Gail.
Gail, what a cute name. Because yeah, when she was coming, I was trying to warn you. I was like, it's Miss Kevin, and you were like, what? And I was like, Moira Rose, and she blew that shit out of the water. Yeah. Like, when you do something like that, you really have to set yourself apart. And she really those old roles, I don't really give a fuck about that. She's so good.
I'm buying her as Gail 100%.
This therapist character.
And I love the casting of this show for that, because I think they do seem to make, like, that's a reach. Like, that's a brave choice to cast Miss Moira Rose as Gail and, like, make it believable. And it's a great choice because she's crushing. And I'm really ready for this to be an open door for her. I'd love to see her. Let's get her working.
Let's not only get her working, but this show continues. Continues. I don't really know how it did last award season, and who also gives a fuck about award season. Oh, they do?
They got some Emmys, for sure. I don't know which, but they definitely, it's an Emmy. It
Right.
says it on the banner when you go on Max.
Thank
it's like
you.
Emmy award-winning series.
Nice. Because I'm like Catherine O'Hara could really put herself in the category with Leslie Bibb, Michelle Monaghan, and Carrie Coon.
I'd love to see that.
No, I'm like, that is a multi-panel that I would love to see.
For sure.
But she gets some really juicy shit, which she talks about. Shit. I mean, laying out themes, right? She's like, what did you do? Tell me.
Well, and she jumps right to, I think she says, did you touch her?
Right. Well.
And it's like.
Did you hurt her?
Oh, hurt her.
I think probably touch was the follow-up.
Yeah, because it was the way that she was definitely asking, did you do something? Like, I'm like, she deeply mistrusts Joel to ask a question like that.
Oh, say more.
I don't know. I just thought she was implying, like, that he could have had some kind of inappropriate relationship with Ellie. Because she knows something, right? She knows, like, Joel, you're not telling me something. Obviously, we know what it is. He's lying about what happened to the Fireflies, and he murdered all of the Fireflies.
And then lied to Ellie.
And then lied to Ellie about it.
Ellie was like, everything's okay, right? Like, you didn't hurt anybody. Like, it's fine. He was like,
I swear.
I swear.
And she goes, okay.
Which I think when we finished it last time, like last season when it was running, we were really impressed and affected by that acting choice and how much Bella Ramsey, parentheses they, them, was conveying in that moment of like, to me, my read, and I think you shared it at the time, was like, oh, yeah. This character is choosing to accept that answer as reality.
And this character is choosing to, yes, absolutely. And like, also like knows that it's not true. And I think it's that first moment when you realize this father figure is lying to you, and he can do it with a straight face. He can look you in the eyes and say, I swear. And he's telling you a lie. Like that is, so that's of course like we're reckoning with the beginning of this season. Their relationship is more strained. She's definitely a teenage girl. Ellie's like moved into the garage. She's playing guitar. She's, you know, she's being kind of awesome. And then it's like
journaling,
is this
having tattoos,
journaling, tattoos. Yeah. Is this normal teenage girl rejecting father figure dynamic, or is something more going
healthy,
on?
Great time to be doing
of
so.
Course.
Yes.
Or is this a reaction to perhaps Ellie has more suspicions about this big lie from 5 years ago?
Really, truly. And just, I mean, and whether or not, or how consciously, is like you feel that in the person that you have this relationship with, right?
Yeah.
Like whether or not she knows it.
Right. It's going to change the energy of your relationship to present a lie like that and
that he gets to just kind of play, pretend in that settlement and be like, I'm pastor, mayor, construction guy.
Right.
And to your point, Catherine O'Hara also calls him on that. Like, excuse me, it's not just that he has a history of violence and a complicated relationship between violence and doing the right thing in the past. She's like, you killed Eugene. You killed my husband.
You killed
and
Eugene.
I know it was the right thing, and I know you had to do it, but I don't like the way you did it.
And now, do we know that story about Eugene? Did that happen in season 1 or?
No, this, based on my light research and my view of this, appears to be, in chat, let us know, Eugene is a character in this season or like the sequel video game.
Okay.
Who is part of it that we don't know.
Okay, we've never met. Eugene's always been dead, and we know Joel killed him.
So far, yeah.
Okay, but we've never met Eugene.
No, and oh my God.
Yeah.
Can't wait to. Eugene, I bet you were a lovely gal.
It seems like you grew good weed. We learned that for sure.
Trading is, we're reminded a couple times, the primary way to obtain goods or services.
Oh, the barter economy?
Yeah, the barter economy.
Of Jackson, Wyoming settlement?
Yeah, so what are you, like, the barter economy, like, what are you trading with? What's your currency?
Probably same as Dina's.
Which is?
Charm.
I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what Dina's trading in.
Yeah, me
She's
too.
Oldest fucking profession in the book.
Charm.
And again, Dina is an accomplished fighter, sentry,
yes, for sure.
Murderer ass.
Yeah.
And allegedly Bella's best friend? Question mark.
Allegedly, for sure.
Bella, and of course, per usual, I'm gonna go ahead and be sliding between actor names, character names.
Well, of course, because this is
Stream Queens the pod.
This is Stream Queens the pod. The lines between actors, characters, real life,
fiction,
movie, fiction, TV show, us, where those aren't lines we are drawing here. It's all
audience,
one. Audience, listener, chat. You are us. I am you. We are all one, and
we're cordyceps,
we are all
for sure.
Cordyceps. So, well, it's based on a true story.
I hate when those cordyceps, when they have the little like tendrils. Ooh.
Yeah, should we talk about that because we saw
it
some
also
good
makes me horny.
kind of cordyceps.
Well, and I think that would be a nice way to do it. Is like clearly there's some power struggle, but we can follow Bella's Ellie's journey. Yeah, is taking pot shots. Yeah, on patrol, which talk about like different moments that feel like a video game, right? That first fight scene we see feels like a very like, okay, learn the commands for fight. And then when she's shooting the when Tommy's having her do target practice on some cordyceps, some
Yeah.
infected. They not only like that feels very video game, but we also have get the character and dynamic information that like things are not so good at home between
Yeah, for sure.
Bella and Pedro, and also like Tommy says a really cool thing and it's just like, you're just like my brother, I swear to God.
You're
and
the same person.
Yeah, and Bella kind of hits him back with that. Then you know you're not going to win this. Let me be on patrol. Because there's also a back and forth pull of like Pedro wants to take care of Ellie, who is being reckless, not just at home, but in the real world, is kind of putting herself in danger on these runs.
Yeah.
But sure as the day is long, she goes ahead and ends up on that patrol with Dina.
With Dina, of course.
And Kat.
Okay, and Kat, who's in charge, which weird choice, Jesse, because like what Kat doesn't seem to have any kind of no natural leadership qualities.
Drag her.
Kind of not really a loud voice even, and no kind of
the people that aren't listening. No. The people that are listening to her. No. Nobody's listening
listening to Kat.
And then the people that are listening are critiquing her.
Well, and especially not Ellie, who apparently Dina told us has a history with Kat. They've done some finger banging before.
Yeah, because there's a big dance. Oh, because it's New Year's Eve.
It's New Year's Eve.
I was like, why are they having a homecoming?
It's Gail's first birthday without her husband of 41 years, Eugene.
R.I.P. Eugene.
R.I.P. Eugene. And she's drinking. Everybody's drinking because tonight it's New Year's Eve, baby. But before we can get to New Year's Eve, this patrol... Stuff's going to get a little crazy.
It's recon. They're stressing that a lot.
Yeah.
Don't do anything.
And then Dina and Ellie have this. They're like, they go off on their own. They're going ahead of the group. They're like, we're not following the rules, and that's for damn sure.
Gender, big theme as well. Like, they're like, Ellie challenges other characters multiple times, being like, well, you're boys. You would do it.
Yep.
And they also just kind of outside next to whatever of gender, like these two, cool ass team. They've killed a bunch of cordyceps before. They also have the same like fuck authority streak.
Gender roles.
Yeah. Really cool friends.
Yeah, and they obviously have this like dynamic when they go into the abandoned grocery store and they're like really into. I love that they kind of go straight for let's stab. They're doing the
stab. Yeah,
stab.
I
and
love
like,
knife play.
Stab. Yeah, they were doing knife play, and we were like, what were we saying during? We were like, okay, not knife play on
the wedding night.
On knife play on the wedding. Knife play on Gail's birthday.
No, the first one.
Birthday without Eugene.
Husband of 41
and
years.
You guys are doing knife play.
I'm like, Jamie, pull up the credit that is
Jamie,
like y'all be doing everything and saving nothing. Like, what are you gonna do? Like knife play on the wedding night?
On the wedding night?
And it's like, no, they're well past knife play. They have like their own little. We gotta learn signals.
They were good at signals. The like.
Yeah, but why did they stab? Chat. Like, what is like
why
stab
were they stabbing,
versus
not
shoot? Were they trying to protect against
I think
cat?
or no, I think it's kind of fun for them.
Right, they get this is
they
sport.
get off on it. This is sport,
which is cool. I think it's nice
cool
to
too.
see a woman who's not like Dina, who's not afraid of embracing everyone in the community, and also isn't afraid to get a little dirty, killing the cordyceps. Yeesh. No. By the way, cannot stress enough. I respect you and want you deeply.
No, I'm like, my issues with Dina are for sure. It's like that which we don't like in others is that which we see in ourselves.
Oh my God. And you're, hit me.
In multiple ways. But when we get later to the dance scene, and Dina's kind of performing for
come on,
her ex, and she's
dancing for it.
Okay, you want me to wait for it?
Yeah, you get it as a treat.
Okay, as a treat, I get to talk about Dina at the dance later.
Because one thing that we're learning this episode 2 that I think will persist all season is cordyceps. These are not the cordyceps you thought you knew.
You thought you knew all about cordyceps and the infected. You don't. They're evolving.
There's more of them in the area we're seeing.
And they're smarter because we start seeing Ellie falls through the floor. First, she kills a kind of classic cordyceps.
Yep. And everyone classically is like, don't go do that.
And she did it because that's classic. And one thing about Ellie, rebel. Okay.
Yeah. Rebel
kind
heart.
Beat of her own drum.
Yeah. Marches that way.
For sure. But then she falls through the floor.
Yeah.
Now we're in the basement. We're stuck.
Yeah, and I don't really understand. I mean, you've got a geographic knowledge of Jacksonville, Wyoming, but where does she fall
So it's not
to?
Jacksonville. It's going to go ahead and just be Jackson or Jackson Hole.
Right. Okay. So
You're thinking of Jacksonville, Florida. Another place I've got experience
and
with.
a place that I love you, Jacksonville. Oh my God, this might be Inside Out. That's okay. No, I just don't know where the hood is.
It's not
Sorry,
Inside Out.
I'm scared.
Hey,
I live in fear.
don't be scared.
I don't really understand the layout of the grocery store, but she seems to fall from upstairs to downstairs into a full mini mart.
Well, I think no. Remember they went up from the van, so they were on the top floor. She fell into the main grocery store.
I mean, rot and decay would be a big part of, I suppose, the apocalypse.
The apocalypse, yeah.
And what happens with when the national parks buy the Teton Lake cabins.
Absolutely.
And structural, I mean, societal structure, physical structure, all of it falling down. And talk about like American Gothic. You better start believing ghost stories, princess.
You're in one.
So
You're in one.
Yeah, what happens down there? Like,
what happens down there is we got a cordyceps homegirl who's crawling,
and sometimes we think they're cute. Sometimes
she
we
was
like,
cute,
yeah, she was gorge.
She was kind of gorge because she had the kind of, her cordyceps were coming out in kind of a flower crown style aesthetic.
Pull up in your back car, whistling your name.
yeah. It was kind of, she was in a storm in her red dress, fearless.
No. The cordyceps vibing out. And they can hear it too. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, they can't see, but they can hear Taylor Swift.
Cordyceps are all Swifties.
All the smart ones, all the ones that are evolving.
Yeah, that one was evolving, and then she had this fuck ass cordyceps coming in when she makes eye contact, and she's got like full, because a lot of times their faces become that kind of
mushroom structure
style mushroom.
No. Earlier you asked why are we so horny, and it's like, we're not horny, we're artists.
We're artists. I see symbolism everywhere.
I think that's like the, because that's the clicker, that's the human to clicker pipeline.
Right.
Like,
but this girl had this, like, she had her whole kind of face and her eyes were and she like made eye contact with Ellie, and then she's got a little cordyceps that starts to peek out of her nose flap. Hated that. I forgot that was such a big part of this show. Is I'm like, I hate that stuff.
I will say though, like,
but
as
I'm watching
scary
like
as it
this,
is and gross it is, no, it also, like, that in the first season when Tess got kissed by that one, it's horny.
It's horny.
When they
there's
those
something, and
out.
it's like horny in such a gross, because it's visceral. I'm like, no, I'm not attracted to that at all. But like, no, but it is moving something in my body that's it's involuntary. It's involuntarily horny. Something about the way these kind of mushrooms
once referred
pop
to
out of
sex
people.
as body horror. So this kind of fits along that line for sure.
Yeah, I do believe sex is body horror.
Yikes.
LOL.
No kind of Carol Efaraji. What's
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, so obviously we're in the grocery store and we got, that rude boy infected once at that powerless Chiraptor.
Which I do not condone, of course.
Rude boy.
But yeah,
rude boy.
I'm like, let's do it both ways. Let's get the one where you do
rude boy infected once at that powerless Chiraptor again.
Right. And and just like for those people who may not be like
chat, you know about patois?
Yeah, but I'm like, you don't know about patois. You know what I mean? I'm like,
what do I not know about patois?
Like the linguistic rules of patois.
I know about guan. I know about trapting.
Which I do not condone, of course. But basically what we learned in there is the cordyceps are evolving. Oh, and what happens to Ellie?
She gets bit.
It's like, of course.
Again.
No, like you all, like when you go looking for stupid bitch snacks.
You're going to get bit.
No, you're gonna choke. She gets bit, of course. And immediately again, we start getting those creepy crawly fuck.
What?
Like when in the bite, you look down and it's got the little tendrils.
No, that gave me chills. Literally. I don't like talking about the tendrils.
It also made me be like, I want to be tendrils so bad. Like, just let me be part of it. And it's like, and there's so many lies. I love a lion story. I also saw a meme that was like, my daughter just told me I like lying. It makes my heart beat fast. Girl, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
that's Ellie for sure.
Yeah, and being like, yeah, I'm good. And then they go to council and have to present to the rest of the community, which...
Hey, they're getting smart.
Yeah, they're getting smart.
Which, that's scary.
No, and I wouldn't want to hear it. If I'm the other people, I'd be kind of head in the sand. I'd be like, they're cordyceps. They're not getting smarter. I wonder if they're going to deal with that.
I love the way, though, the women in The Last of Us are so wise, and they like clock so many things, like even just immediately, like when Dina and Ellie go to the council and they leave, and then they're dismissed, and then Tommy's wife is immediately like, so Dina didn't see shit, she was lying, but
she's obviously
Ellie's telling the truth.
Yeah.
And then one of the other homegirls in the council drops a Lily Tomlin quote. She says, reality is a collective hunch.
Literally.
And I'm like, love it. And
right,
then,
because ma'am says, Miss Ma'am, councilwoman says, the honorable councilwoman, Tommy's wife says,
honorable councilwoman, Tommy's wife
says, I've got a feeling that things are changing.
Yeah. Thank you, honorable councilwoman, Tommy's wife.
Yes. And to your point, though, yeah, you went, I love women because they were defending when a man was like, a feeling.
Yeah, and it's like, reality's a fucking collective hunch, you stupid bitch.
No, like, what do you have to bring to the table?
Nothing.
Doubt.
Thanks for that.
Condescension.
Exactly.
Gout.
And haven't...
Now, Miss Julia. That was Gulia, which I do not condone.
Do not condone, of course.
Of course.
Gulia said that perilous interrupting again.
No. I do love...
Me go get cancelled.
And right, in a world where, like, everything is connected and cordyceps, like, feeling is real, and, like, let's honor those feelings. And I do like that, to your point, that the council appears to be 50-50 women and men.
Well, and we're getting that, too. I think earlier it's reminiscent of the scene with Gail when she's doing the therapy earlier, because Gail is kind of like
Gail LCSW.
LCSW,
licensed clinical social worker.
yeah LCSW, honorable psychotherapist Gail.
Yes.
High on pot on her third drink of the morning.
Yeah. Well,
morning.
Hello.
And she's but she's doing that thing too where she's kind of like, she turns the clock, Joel's kind of not really saying anything, and she's like, tick tick tick, you know what, let's talk about our feelings. Okay,
no, let's be honest.
I have a feeling about you, which is that I fucking hate you killed my husband. Do you want to react to that? You got anything to say? And it was kind of just this, but it was this honoring of feeling. She's like, now it's out in the air, and therefore maybe we'll find a solution, right? Like, maybe we can move forward now that I've put this feeling out there.
I can't wait to see how these themes,
Yeah, so I feel like that theme we're already kind of getting from multiple of the women in this episode and this world so far is that, like, no, feeling is matters.
I wonder,
as much as logic, construction, electricity, and violence and death, like, these women having strong intuition about things is gonna, I think, carry us a lot in this season. Is a lot of these women's feelings and hunches about their reality are going to become of some paramount importance.
I wonder, I'd like to just take a moment while we're here to bounce back to the dynamic or theme that we mentioned of, like, too many people on the boat.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? I suppose I don't have anything smart or interesting to add to the conversation of, like, Joel's on the conversation of we're not building fast enough because we're not building fast enough to keep up with the number of people that we're letting in.
Right. Former refugee Joel ready to turn people away because he says you got to put on your own life mask first, and if our boat's full, we can't help these people. That kind of mentality, which I don't know. I just my instinct, of course, is trust Joel.
Yeah. So that's what we have to add.
So I'm like, all I have to add is trust Joel. I think he's probably right. However, of course, I'm empathetic to the women and children as well as men who seem to need somewhere to go, and so might as well go to Jackson, Wyoming. But we saw in season 1 how there was that religious community was thriving, and then they had too many people to the point that they had to resort to eating the dead. He fed that daughter her own father and watched her eat it.
That was also for control, though. They didn't really need to eat
It's true. But I do wonder, just like, it does bear the question of like, yeah, when you do have more people, then you have resources to take care of people. You're setting yourself up for bad things to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like power struggles for control and someone needing to, you know, I don't know. I'm just like, it's a bad road to go down when you have more people than resources. People start getting crazy.
Or theoretically, I'm like, and I don't want to get like red pilled vibes, but now's the time. Crush it up, line it up, snort it.
Yeah.
Red pill of like, what happened last time is globalization made it such that flour that hit the shelf every morning across the world, where everyone was trying to keep up with resources, brought everyone sick in the first place. You know what I mean? Like this.
Is that how cordyceps?
Yeah, that there was like a factory in Indonesia that supplied flour that was in like pancake mixes and all sorts of shit all over the world, and so it hit the shelf the next day, and by that night, people were running around biting each other, passing tendrils back and forth.
Wow.
And it's like, look, perhaps we, you know, got a little bit big for our britches, as humans are going to do, and perhaps might happen in this situation. I also wonder, like, or just as you were saying that, and perhaps that's what something like this text is meant to do, is you were like, you know, my instinct is to trust Joel. My instinct is to be like, ooh, I don't want to have to deal with these issues. I want it to be me, Aaron, a couple of my other girlfriends, like, let's go run and do that. And it's well, kind of the whole thing about The Last of Us is you need other people.
But there is definitely the question of, I mean, I think globalism is a good point, right? Because there's a tribal element too, right? That's what Joel says. Is he's like, if we can't take care, we have to take care of our own first,
right,
before we can start helping strangers, right?
And counterpoint again, just to round out my flawless perspective on cancelable opinion, it's like on the other extreme, like full nationalism, all tariffs. Now I'm gonna have to pay a lot for a computer. We never want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't mean to backtrack us too far. We just did council.
No, I just haven't. I haven't developed my opinion on the tariffs yet. So I'm like, I could spitball it, but I'm resisting the urge.
Good for you. Let's honor that instinct. let's like the women on the council honor that instinct.
Honor the instinct to not let y'all know what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know.
Then we hit pretty soon thereafter.
It's party time, no?
Yeah, we're gonna get ready for the party.
And we got Pedro Pascal is gonna try to connect with Bella Ramsey once again, and Bella Ramsey is being just breaking my little heart. I hate to see him get treated like that. And that's why, of course, I'm just getting deeply scared that he's gonna go run into Dina, who's apparently the only one who understands him.
Yikes!
And I'm just I really just don't want to see him being inappropriate with Dina. And I just feel like Dina is really kind of setting a perilous trapting again.
Because when we first met Dina, you were like, Dina, do not do that. And I was like, no, fucking, what is Pedro's character's name?
Joel.
I'm like, Joel, you don't do it. And you're like, she's throwing herself at him. I was like, right, a slut's gonna do that. You don't have to fuck the slut.
Yeah, and I actually think that's disempowering to the charm of the slut, because the thing about it is, it's like, no, when I've been on my real slut vibes like Dina, and I'm like, no, baby, it's gonna be fucking impossible not to. Like, I'm just like, no, that it's the siren song. It's the power of a woman. I'm like, no. It wouldn't, if she entrapped him into it and has thrown herself at him in such a way, and then he does it, that doesn't immediately make it his.
Yes, and being a grown-ass man who's only being understood by a 19-year-old girl
I don't like it either.
I just think we need to be a little bit more.
She's like, and tomorrow night I'm going to watch Joel's favorite movie with him. And I'm like, that's Dina's doing that, okay?
Yeah, but I'm also like, Joel, let's not invite like your daughter's best friend over to watch movies. Like, I know. What are y'all going to do?
It's kind of giving Juno.
It's giving, yeah. I'm like,
which is a kid. It's like you don't understand. And Juno, is it when you watch it when you're growing up, you're like, oh, you don't really understand what Jason Bateman did that was so wrong. You know what I mean? But then when you watch it as an adult, you're like, it's crazy he watched horror movies with that 16-year-old.
No, it's grooming.
Grooming.
Sex
yeah,
with grooming.
It's grooming.
Right, and so let's not groom Pedro Pascal right.
Yeah, just because we're feeling alienated from Bella Ramsey doesn't mean we should start grooming others.
And hopefully watching Bella and Dina kiss later is enough to seal that deal of like, let's not complicate things further by fucking
Ellie's girlfriend.
Yeah, Ellie.
Yeah, who's obviously trying to fuck everybody in the town.
But maybe not Ellie in a way that like
that's what's scary. I'm like,
yeah,
you're gonna hurt her, right?
I'm like, you're just here to fuck around with that lesbian's feelings.
Yeah, well, because she's drunk.
And then I get defensive.
She's drunk. She's
at the
dancing.
Barn party. We're talking about barn party.
Yeah, we're at the barn party. The iconic barn party.
No, and I'm like, again, what? Yeah, everyone's lighting it up at the barn party.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone's having a good time at the barn party. Jesse's like, wow, she's really on a roll tonight, looking at Dina kind of dancing around. Everyone's looking at Dina, and I'm like, Dina's shining in that scene. I was like, oh, that reminds me of me this Friday. You know,
this is Dina's night. Everyone is at the barn party though.
Everyone's at the barn party.
Yeah.
And then Dina, of course, is going to start throwing herself at Ellie in a really kind of troubling sapphic way, but just troubling insofar as we're like, I don't anticipate this going super smoothly.
No, and I've been both a gay guy asterisk and a lesbian woman, and also bisexual, non-binary asterisks. And it's like the asterisk is, of course, that I've only ever been me. So your tea. The point being, it never feels good to like be an experiment, and this is like watching Dina play with Bella like this feels very much like I'm playing
like this.
No, and it's like I bet Bella / Ellie, she's gonna like it.
For sure. And it's you're gonna hurt that girl,
and it's doing something different for you than it's doing for her.
100%.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're gonna live a long, happy life together in this post-apocalyptic.
No, because Bart Bass is gonna show up and say,
Dykes. Who is Bart Bass?
He's Chuck Bass's dad in Gossip Girl, who dies and actually had faked his own death, and then was kind of running this kind of like
start on this again.
Yeah, you don't want to hear about Gossip Girl.
No, I'd rather hear about your fucking dreams. I love you, girl.
Yeah, they got Bart Bass up in here, which is crazy. I haven't seen him since Chuck pushed him off that roof of the Hotel Empire.
No, and he's been in the right wing chats, learning homophobia.
Yeah.
Which another thing, like
I think he was homophobic in the Gossip Girl as well.
It was a different time.
I
will say though, one thing that struck me about the kind of religious zealot.
Actually, he was kind of accepting.
Well, we all change.
He came around because of the gay son, Eric.
We gotta not be learning empathy through just like having a gay son or a female daughter
or a female daughter.
And it's like, wait, are women woman? It's like
all it takes is an AFAB daughter,
and everyone's lost their damn mind. And everyone all of a sudden now has respect for other people.
No, just
empathy.
Just the AFAB daughter and no one else.
Like, hello.
That Joel's proving hard.
I mean, well, and anyway, but when you're letting all sorts of people in, there's gonna be some differing values, different beliefs. It just is so tacky and played out. And let me say this. Uncle Terrence, your secret number is 666, you fucking Catholic devil, because Terrence did not stand inside of the church at Beth and Barb's wedding. He stood in the Nazarene because
really,
yeah,
because of gay,
and it was like
scared of gay.
Yeah, I was like, what do you think is gonna happen? I'm like, this church is Unitarian. They're not even being for fucking real,
right?
That pastor has a wife. Like, that's like, what do y'all think about that? And also I'm like, you're the only one that's not gonna get struck down by lightning. It's just so fucking weird. And it's also like, you cheated on your dying wife. Like, let's have that conversation. Gay. Well, that's just like, let's not be drawing the lines of where like,
oh, the morality. Yeah.
And again, I don't know why I got on this except to call out fucking Terrence.
Yeah.
And also just is very much like Terrence and like being like, This is a place for family. And it's like
totally. Yeah, it's a gross thing to say.
Well, and it's like, well, you're not being family at all.
No, well, and also he really threw it out there. It was the Dykes comment for me because I'm like,
Not
well, this
very
is for
nice.
family. I'm like, no, I agree. I think Dina was getting a little too lit on that dance floor. Like, I think that kiss was a little too sexual for the environment.
Sure.
She was a little
Perhaps.
drunk. Like, I'm like, perhaps we were crossing some boundaries. They were kind of just like kids playing with sparklers outside. Like, I'm like, yeah, maybe let's not like get so
like tongue and
so
tongue.
steamy on the dance floor at this kind of barn church family environment.
And
However, then he says Dykes, and I go, oh no, that's actually your issue.
That's what I'm saying. It always is.
It's always, and it always is.
It's
And
never
it always is.
respectability. It's like,
It's never respectability. It's always, oh, you're a weirdo.
no, you're a fucking weird. And it's like, well, what are we doing that?
Literally.
Peter was
Widowy.
like, I'm gonna beat your ass. Okay.
Yeah, and then obviously Bella Ramsey's not cool with that reaction at all. I don't need you to protect me. And then he breaks my damn heart when he looks at her. He's getting his heart, and he just goes, right. And then walks out. Now is humiliated in front of the town, but also just
I miss the humiliation part. I always forget that. And
yeah,
he's
he's
you better not.
humiliated.
Yeah.
You don't want to humiliate a man with a killer's instinct. No, dangerous thing to do. And then when he's like, you think maybe for a moment after the party ends that he's like playing guitar outside, and Bella Ramsey kind of walks up, and we think, is Ellie gonna maybe have any kind of reconciliation? Walks right into the garage bedroom, and I'm like, it's so deeply upsetting to me to watch.
Well, reconciliation about fucking what? They haven't named the core problem, which is the big lie.
Right.
And so they can't just make up over that little fight. That's not why that they're fighting.
Well, of course, and we haven't talked about it, but we're not going to be able to hold this conversation off for much longer because Caitlin Dever and her merry band of fucking bandits are closing in, and they've been plotting this for 5 years, and they are closing in on Jackson, and I think they're going to get let in because if we're letting everybody in, why are we not letting them?
Yeah.
I do. I don't think they're going to come in hot. I think they're going to come in like refugees. I think they've been plotting this for 5 years. I think they know who Joel is now. I think they know he's in charge of the settlement, and I think they're going to get in the town, and then we'll see what happens. But I think we're going to have to start acknowledging the truth at some point, and I just hope maybe Pedro Pascal has a chance to be honest with Ellie about it before Caitlin Dever shows up and forces the issue, right? Because it's going to get forced, and a lot of things are because we got smart-ass cordyceps. They're crawling.
Yo.
We also got cordyceps in the pipes.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a problem.
I love them just putting all the issues at once.
Yeah, so I'm excited. What are you most excited for season 2 of The Last of Us?
Well, based on the conversation that we've just had, I am excited to see themes of naming the issue.
Naming the issue.
The consequence of not naming the issue, the balance or evaluation of what is right and wrong as it pertains to life and death actions. Interested, even though I didn't have anything intelligence to say, on the perpetual dilemma of what do you do with limited resources and an increasing number of people who want them. I'm excited to see what the cordyceps. I'm rooting for y'all gals.
I know you are. You're so team cordyceps.
I'm so team cordyceps, which is the winning team, and it's like what they're gonna get up to and how they're gonna freak it. And then I'd love to see, I mean, Miss Dina really stole the show for me, and I'm like, I cannot wait to see the chaos that she brings upon everybody in her life.
So many fucking problems.
That's what I'm really excited for.
I want Dina out. I hope she dies sooner than later because I'm not into that kind of adding that strife to the community.
I'll also lastly add that I'm excited for an epic, big ass, big scale, big scope show.
Yes, me too.
Coming off of a very intimate micro expression
type
show
of show that
such
now we
as
get
White
to deal
Lotus.
with. Yes, so true.
I want big.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to be big. We saw in the kind of sneak peek of the rest of the season, we're going to get some big old fights. We're going to see a ton of infected. We're going to see hordes and swarms, and we're going to see death and action, and I'm stoked about that.
What are you most excited for?
Probably Daddy Joel.
You love Daddy Joel.
I can't wait to see what else Gail has to say.
Yeah.
I just know she's going to be dropping some hits.
Tonight, Gail is America's therapist. She's everyone's therapist.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what she has to say because she's exactly her therapist scene That's what I've been looking for from my therapist for many years. I've been through many therapists, and I can't find any of them who know how to. No, I'm just like, turn it on me. And in fact, tell me how you feel about me.
Name it.
Name it. You name the issue. Because I'm going to sit here quiet and I'm going to keep not telling your ass. Call me out. You know what I mean? Like, at Lily, secret number 22.
Right. Like 22, 2 + 2, 4. 4, where you should go. Forever not doing what you're supposed to do. 5. Shit, I'm not good at numerology. I'm not good at crazy numerology. I'm gonna get better at it for next week.
Can we work on that for next week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm stoked for this
Gail,
season.
You're excited to see Gail?
Yeah, I'm excited to see Gail. I'm excited for Joel just to kind of keep looking good, man. Love that guy. And I'm scared for Tommy's wife and child because that kid is too cute to live through the whole season.
Nope, your days are numbered.
Days are numbered, that kid. And also, I think Jesse's really cute too. I'm excited to see what goes on with him. And I'm excited for, we saw in the coming preview, we're gonna meet Isaac, who's gonna be played by Jeffrey Wright.
Word.
Who, if I'm not mistaken, was in he played Beetee in the Hunger Games franchise, which I of course just watched this weekend for the very first time.
You are so goddamn funny.
Well, it's a true story. It's happening everywhere right now. That's the thing, and nobody's acknowledging that the Hunger Games are real and they're happening.
And when we don't name it, it continues to happen. Yes,
and it continues to happen. And so, and that really, I think the Hunger Games franchise really warmed me up to the level of kind of violence and scale and good and evil and right and wrong and resources and how we distribute them.
I'm excited for the occult we saw from that too. I love factions and I love the way that different people try and address that question that you're speaking of.
Exactly. So I'm excited for all of that. And I'm excited to keep doing the podcast with you.
Ditto. I'm so glad we're back.
Me too. I'm so glad we're back. Love you, Gail.
All right. This is Stream Queens, the pod.
Thanks for watching Stream Queens.
Make sure you rate and review us, please. Sorry.
Rate and review. Well, I was just going to tell them who I am.
Yeah, we should take that again.
I'm Erin.
I'm Julia.
And this was Stream Queens.